I said, God, you gotta move this mountain. I just don't see it any other way. I'm too weak to make the climb. I need a miracle this time. That's when.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC in Christ Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications. Make sure you stay tuned. We're on all the social media pages as well, so check us out, facebook.com, the whole works. We're very honored to have our Alabama Secretary of State, John Merrill, with us on today's show. Hey, John, how are you doing today?
Donna, great to be with you as always. The only thing that makes it better is when I'm with you in person.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to being with you again. Absolutely. So, wow, there's an election going on right now. Woo.
No doubt about it. We're just less than a month away until Election Day.
Absolutely. And I know you always work, you've been working very hard the past few years to make the election a great experience.
Well, we have, and we are very fortunate to have such committed partners. Our 68 probate judges in our 67 counties, our 67 sheriffs, our 68 circuit clerks in our 67 counties, our 201 registrars throughout the 67 counties, and our thousands of poll workers that work extraordinarily hard to make sure that we're where we need to be in the administration of the election.
Absolutely. You know, I'm going to be one of those. I will be at the Geraldine First Baptist Church.
Outstanding. We're glad that you are at one of our 1,980 polling sites in the state.
Absolutely. It runs in the family. My grandmother used to work there every year, and it was always an exciting time for her. So and I wanted to mention this. Other governors have actually invited you to come to their state, see how you did it.
We have been very fortunate to go to other states and to introduce them to some of the things that we've been able to do as far as the administration of the election is concerned. And we want to make sure that we continue to be available to help them be as strong as they can be in the administration of their election in their state.
I had a few questions asked from some of our listeners, and one of those is, do I have to vote straight ticket? Can I not vote for particular folks who are running as officials?
Great question, Donna. The thing that your listeners need to remember, your viewers and your listeners need to remember, is that May 24th and June 21st are not elections. They are primary nomination proceedings. And so whenever they go to vote, they have to declare whether or not they're voting Democrat or Republican. And then they have to stay with that ballot through the nomination process, which ends June 21st. Now, when the election occurs, November the 8th, they can vote for a Democrat, they can vote for a Republican, they can write in a candidate, they can vote for an independent candidate if that person's name is on the ballot. That's the way the process works.
Absolutely. So it's that straightforward. Let's talk to folks who are working the polls this year. I've done this before, but I understand there is a class and you need to sign up. Is it by invitation, or can you just contact someone with the secretary?
Actually, what will happen is if you notify your probate judge that you want to be a poll worker, then that individual will contact you. You'll go to the poll worker school, so you'll be properly trained and you'll know what you're supposed to do on election day and leading up to election day, which is just as important as election day.
Absolutely. Now, and this is something that we were taught, I don't know if this rule has changed or not, but we had to be there until the very last vote was counted, even if that meant wee hours of the morning. Does that still apply?
That is correct. Now, if you are a poll worker, you will be there before the polls open at 7 a.m. and you'll be there until the last voter has his or her vote cast shortly after 7 p.m. But depending on the line, it may be a little bit longer than that after 7 p.m. And then they'll run the tapes after they close the machines down to get the returns in that evening.
Absolutely. You've been very successful as our Alabama Secretary of State. And I know that you have actually started a few programs that have helped this whole process. You want to talk about some of those?
Well, we've been very, very excited to introduce the electronic poll books, which started back in 2016 in a pilot project where people were able to go and check in, reduce their wait time 60 to 75%, depending on the voter and the poll worker, by having their ID scanned. And so then they were expedited in the check-in proceedings. Then they were given their ballot. They could go cast their ballot for the candidate of their choice. Another thing that we've done is we've additionally increased the number of eligible poll workers to actually work the polls by passing legislation in 2019 that allowed for students that are 16 or 17 years of age to be able to work the polls. They can do everything that a normal poll worker can do except handle the ballot. And that has really helped a lot as well. And we've done other things to tighten up the security of the process through absentee changes and by having other things done in the absentee process to make it more streamlined.
I'm glad that I know when I was working the polls, it's been about 8 years ago. I thought it was a fun process and I just wanted to do it because my grandmother did it. And so I was approached by someone and said, Donna, we need some help. So are we seeing an issue with not enough folks working the polls this year, or everything pretty much well set?
Donna, you can always use additional poll workers. And that's one of the things that we want to make sure is understood. All your viewers and listeners reaching out to their local probate judge in their county seat and expressing their interest in working the polls on May 24th. So they can be properly trained, they can go to their polling site, and they can help with the election day proceedings.
Let's talk about the photo process, so we know who you are. Are there any new recommendations for that?
No new regulations related to the use of photo ID. I will say that we have more than 10 different instruments that are available to be recognized and accepted as government issued photo IDs. 99% of the people that vote in our state use their driver's license, but you can also use a non-driver ID. You can use the free voter ID card. You can use a military ID. You can use a school ID. You can use a hospital ID. There's any number of instruments that can be used, and we want people to use the one that they're the most comfortable with.
Absolutely. Let's talk for a few minutes about the folks who just can't make it on election day. What are some options for them?
Well, they can vote absentee. We encourage them to vote absentee, and the reason that they can vote absentee is because they will not be able to appear at their polling site on election day. Now, Alabama leads the nation in in-person voting on election day, usually around a 96 or 97% clip. In 2020, during the COVID, we were down to 87%, but we still led the nation. And we expect that we're going to do that again. But for those people that can't get to the polls on election day, they have until close of business on the 17th of May to submit their absentee ballot application. And if they do it in person, they have until close of business on the 19th of May. And then they have until 12 noon on election day to have their absentee ballot returned in the mail. And then they have until close of business on Monday, the 23rd of May, to return their absentee ballot in person.
Well, John, I grew up in a very political family. My mom, Republican, my dad, Democrat. So you can just about imagine Thanksgiving was very interesting in our house. But what do you say to folks who just don't vote? Because when I grew up, I thought, first of all, you died or you paid taxes and then you vote. There's no option. So let's talk to the folks.
This is the thing that we need to make sure people know. If you don't cast your ballot, then your voice can't be heard. So we want people to cast their ballot for the candidate of their choice, so their voice can be heard and their vote can be counted.
Absolutely. John, I know you're on a tight schedule and we appreciate you being with us. Absolutely. I'd keep you on for a couple of hours if I could have you, but
Donna, thank you so much. It's so good to see you, and I appreciate you reaching out and sharing this information with your viewers. They can reach us at 334-242-7200. They can reach us at alabamavotes.gov. They can download the mobile app at Vote for Alabama, free in the App Store. Or if all else fails, they can call me personally on my cell phone at 334-328-2787.
Absolutely. Well, you take care. Tell Cindy I said hello.
Thank you, Donna. Great to see you.
Bye-bye. Okay, folks, thank you so much for watching Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio in the town of Geraldine, Alabama. We'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early for the weather report and the traffic report. Bye, John.
I said, God, you gotta move this mountain. I just don't see it any other way. I'm too weak to make the climb. I need a miracle this time. That's when.
My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio in the town of Geraldine, Alabama, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on local television, Northeast Alabama, on Channel 182 Charter Communications. And of course, we've been on Abundant TV for several weeks now and just living it up, really living it. You can find us on Roku. You can find us on Amazon Fire as well as Apple TV. We want to appreciate you listening to us. I know you could be doing anything else, but you're watching us right now. I have with me right now, I only have a few minutes, so let's go ahead and dive in. We have Diamond and Silk, and everybody here loves you girls, including me and my hoodie. So it's so good to be with you tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Well, I wish we had more time. I could spend 10 hours with you guys, but we didn't get to it. A lot of things happening in the United States right now. And I mean, right now, I don't have to search for information anymore. It just comes right to me.
Oh, Lord, yes. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, like, wow.
I can't believe it. So let's go ahead and let's talk about Biden. Okay.
Oh,
he's not my president. He's still not the president as far as I'm concerned. And I know you guys have thoughts about that as well. But what in the world is happening with the supply and demand, the price of gasoline? It's went down to $4.25 here, and we're supposed to act like that's good news.
Well, Donna, you have to understand that they're trying to take us into some type of great reset, some type of globalism. This is this is being done on purpose. This is being done deliberately. What they do is they drive up the gas prices so that they can usher us into this Green New Deal foolishness. And then they want everyone to go out and buy $54,000 cars that may cost $700 a month so that we can go green, and then they can pack their pockets with green dollars. Right. Is what we see happening here. So when it comes to our strategic oil, I heard China got a little bit of that. What did the American people get to lower their costs? When it comes to our open borders, letting anybody come in, high food costs, no cost on the shelf. All of this is being done deliberately to really bring down the United States of America. Yeah. So shame on anyone that voted themselves into this. You become the creator of your own demise.
That's right. And it's really funny to see a lot of the people, especially a lot of the Republicans that voted for Biden during the certification process. They voted to certify this lie, and now they're complaining. So it's really funny to see them complaining, but they are the ones that helped put us all in this mess.
Right.
If the shoe was on the other foot, I believe that the Democrat Party, they would not have never certified anything. They would still be in the street marching today. But when you have some weak Republicans, some weak ones that went along with everything, now we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I want to ask you a question, and this is not really pointed, but I think I know what your answer is going to be. Had you rather hang out with Democrats where you know exactly where they're coming from? In other words, you know how to dodge the arrows. Or had you rather hang out with them or a rhino such as Mitt Romney? Which would be if you just had to hang out with one of them?
I want to hang out with Americans that love America, Donna.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest because I see one dirty bird with two corrupt wings.
That's right.
These Democrats are dangerous. What they're doing to our country is dangerous. Whenever you do things or you have little tactics in place to destroy people's livelihoods, destroy their reputation, that is dangerous. Whenever you push these ideas and these ideologies onto our toddlers and our young people that make them overly sexual, aggressive. I mean, this is danger. This is abuse. I see abuse of power. So no, I want to hang out with a patriot. I want to hang out with an American. I want to hang out with somebody that loves our country and our values and what we were built on. That's what I would like to hang out with. And then it's going to take we the people to solve this here. Not these globalists, not these elitists, not the rhinos, not these radical Democrats, but we the people.
We the people.
Absolutely. Let's talk about kids right now, okay? Because poor kids, okay, kids, first of all, need to be kids, okay? And they want to learn about all these sexual things. Are you a boy? Are you a girl? You know, it's just a bunch of silliness. What needs to happen to the school system? And are you seeing people in North Carolina now homeschooling more than usual? That's what we're seeing right here in Alabama.
Well, people are homeschooling, but we would like for the parents to wake up. A lot of times, oftentimes, parents just send their children to school. They don't even know what's going on until you make them aware. What we see happening now is clearly abuse. They want these children over-sexualized. And what I think is they're preparing them for them to be preyed upon.
That's right.
By these pedophiles. Really is what it is. When I see someone that's a man, that's dressed as a woman with woman breasts and prancing around with these young people, why is it that you want to do that in front of a child? That's what pedophiles do. And then you have Biden ain't saying nothing about it. Kamala ain't saying nothing about it. You got members of Congress that's Democrats and some Republicans. They're not saying anything about it. So that lets me know that transgenderism only promotes sex. It don't promote how to get a job. It don't promote how to build a business. It promotes sex. So why is it do you want to over-sexualize and starting with our children?
That's right.
Why do you want to do that to our children? That's the question that these parents need to be asking themselves when they send their children to the public school system. What's going on? These parents are going to have to wake up and take full responsibility for your child and stop assuming that the school is going to take care of them. Right now, we ain't got nobody take care of us, God.
But God.
No, we don't. And another thing is cartoons. I mean, you really have to watch what your kids are watching. And don't give a kid a cell phone. Or if you're going to, monitor it. I mean, don't just hand it out.
Right.
And we have to be super careful. And let me ask you this question here. And parents, please listen to this. Okay, do you think it's okay to be a nosy parent? Is it okay to be nosy and go into their room and see what I mean, is that okay?
Donna, listen, when I was raising my son, it was okay.
That's right.
And I would tell him if it's something wrong, I would take the hinges off the door and you won't even have a door.
That's right.
But at that time, my son didn't have a cell phone. He couldn't sit up and play video games all day.
Right.
And he didn't have a computer in his room where he can get into things. Now they give everything to these young children where they can get into things, see things that they have no business seeing, because we live in a sick society that don't hide it from them anymore. They've opened up Pandora's box, and if they're not careful, it's going to be hard to close Pandora's box when it comes to our young people. Our young people need to stay in their place. If you want to know why they're radicalized, why they're disrespectful, why they think they have a sense of entitlement, is because society have allowed it.
That's right.
And we must stop it.
Yes, and if you're my child and you live in my house under my roof, under my rules, then you have to obey my rules. And as far as me being scared to go into your room, or if it's being okay for me to go into your room, it's my room. I pay the bill. That's right. Period.
And that's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's just that. Let's talk borders for a few minutes. And now we went through this pandemic of the 2020. I know you heard about this, the coronavirus and all that. And so, I mean, the whole country was just shut down. The whole world was shut down. In your opinion, was this just a sideline just to go on to something worse?
Well, listen, I believe that the pandemic, scamdemic, whatever you want to call it, was all a plan to steal the 2020 election.
Yeah.
That's what I truly believe. And now that people are getting the vaccines or whatever, other things are nefarious are happening to people, is what I feel. But I feel like it was all planned by these global elitists to push this mess on the country and even on the world. But guess what it did? It messed up people's livelihoods. It took away business.
Yeah.
It's got people living in stress and despair. That's what it has done. And it looks like this regime do not care. Well, if the regime do not care, then we, the people, are going to have to care. We, the people, are going to have to step up. We, the people, are going to have to demand answers. It's going to take, again, Donna, we, the people.
That's right. And then keep in mind that just the other day, you know, Joe Biden, and they was talking about the liberal world order, you know, how they were trying to transition us into the liberal world order. So I believe this is all part of the process. When you see the open borders where anybody is able to flock to our country, they're able to trespass here in America illegally. They're being given plane tickets, iPhones, and different things. They can travel to wherever they choose to, and they're doing all of this here stuff illegally, okay? We don't know who these people are that's walking amongst us. Yeah, they're trying to transition us. When we see the oil, we have what we need right under our feet. We can have our own energy independence right here in America. But when you have somebody that want to ship our ores, barrels of oils over to foreign countries, how is that going to help America? But when you're trying to transition us into your liberal world order, you're trying to take and dismantle what we know as America, just to transition us into some foolishness that we do not know. But it's going to take we, the American people. Now, look at this, you all. How is it that illegal aliens are able to come here to our country illegally? We don't know who they are. They do get the plane ticket and go to whatever state or city that they want to go to, and nothing is done to them. But we have American citizens that they said walked into the Capitol, which is the people's house, and they want to give them 2 and 3 years in prison or put them in solitary confinement, but they are American citizens that just walked into American's house legally because there was no trespassing signs. But these illegal aliens coming up and running amok on we the American people. On the backs of the taxpayers, we have to pay for everything, that their medical, their food, their housing. Do you not know that you have some governors in some of these states that's paying to house, using American dollars to house illegal aliens while American citizens live in tents on the street? Yes. It is a disgrace, and what they're trying to do is transition us into their stuff. But it's going to take we, the American people. Remember, we are governed by a constitution. We are a republic governed by constitutional laws and by rules. We cannot sit back and just allow these people to run amok on our country. Remember, people fought and died for us to be able to be free here in America. Right. And that's why we have to continue to let them know we are a free country, and we're not going to let you bound us up.
Absolutely. Do you feel a revolution, though? Do you feel something bubbling? Do you hear a little thunder in the background? People are just, they're getting tired, finally. I think they already were. Yeah. It's a silent majority, and we've just had enough. And do you think maybe the high gas prices may have been the tipping point?
I think the tipping point was when it all first started. And people are just really over it. They're tired of it. And then with the 2020 election, they think people are stupid.
Yeah.
Like, people are not crazy. Yeah. You know, you got Republicans that know that something happened in the election, but you also have Democrats and independents that know that something happened in this election. And what tells me how I know that our side is winning is because when Biden want to use his DOJ to shut people up, when they want to do nefarious things to keep people quiet, that lets you know that people are over the target about what happened in 2020, because they don't want, because see, if you didn't do anything in 2020, just come out and say, hey, I didn't do anything, let me prove it to you. But you can't prove it to us, but we can prove where some stuff was done.
That's
so
right.
I think people are over this. I think people are tired. I think people understand where they're trying to, the direction that they're trying to take our country, and they're not gonna, I don't think that they're gonna stand by and just let that happen. They're not.
And I also think that people are comparing themselves to 2 years ago, whenever President Trump was president, versus right now within the last 2 years. They realized that their life was so much better under a Trump presidency versus a Biden regime. They realized that they were able to work, eat, provide for their children, etc., under President Donald J. Trump versus under this Biden regime. It's like it just went from sugar to sugar honey iced tea.
That's right.
Do you think Biden is, do you think he's really mentally unstable, or is this all a hoax? Is this, I mean, what is it? Because sometimes I think that's an act. I'm really not clear on what I think about him.
I think that he is mentally unstable, but I also think that we are under a captured operation.
Right.
I think he is a puppet. The puppet master is pulling his strings and somebody else is running things and running into the ground.
Yeah.
So we have to look at everything. And when I think about things, I'm not accusing nobody, but if China unleashed this here, China could be the powerhouse. They running around here buying up our farmland, just like a Bill Gates. What is that about? How is it that somebody can unleash a virus, taking people up out of here, but they're not being investigated? You want to lift the tariffs on them. Just think about that for a minute.
Send our oil over there to them.
This is all crazy to me. So who's running the show here? And it may be possibly China. It looks like they're trying to turn us into a communist country.
That's right.
Something that we don't know nothing about.
Absolutely. Let's talk just for a few minutes about the upcoming election. Do you think we're going to be able to turn it if enough people will get out and vote? I was really disappointed. We had a runoff election here just a couple of weeks ago. A little bit over 11% of people in Alabama voted. 11%.
Well, Donna, okay, so you have to understand, people are discouraged. They're just like,
they're teed off.
That's right, because they want their vote to matter
and count.
They want their vote to count.
Yeah.
Or they won't be compelled to go out and vote. But what we have to do is overvote the cheat. And I understand how you feel and you're upset. But if enough of us get on the same side, right now, this is not about Republican or Democrats. This is about being an American.
I think
if we can get on the same side and whatever this system that they're trying to put in place voted out, we will be better off. That means we got to line the streets. I don't care if it take us 2-3 days to vote. Did they say it took weeks? 2020 to vote? I don't care if it take us weeks. Everybody should be lined up to vote this regime out. Somebody that want to mess with your livelihood, turn us into Venezuela, have open borders, globalize everything and make you a slave, and you want to be enslaved to that, they need to be voted out. But it's going to take, again, we the American people, not just some Republicans, not just some Democrats that don't like this, but we come together as a whole.
That's
right. We need to be unified. Absolutely. I'm trying to be in honor of your time. I know you just have a few minutes before you have to go, but is Trump going to run again?
That I don't know, but I surely hope he do.
Yes, I hope
Let me tell you something. I looked at everybody. There's only one man with the help of God that can fix this, and his name is Donald J. Trump. And we do hope he run again.
I most certainly do. I know I'll be voting for him when he does. He's still president as far as I'm concerned, but there's nothing I can do about that right now. But you're right. We have to be unified. Anything you'd like to say before you leave?
Don't give up hope.
That's right.
And God, he's not going to bring us to it if he's not going to see us through it.
That's right. And I've never seen a storm that did not end. There's a rainbow at the end of this storm. And what we got to do is stand the storm. It won't be long. We will anchor by and by.
I agree with you. And I think sometimes we have to go through things because we take it for granted.
That's right.
I think so. So I totally agree with you. Girls, so good to be with you again today. We love you in Bama.
Love you more.
Love you more.
Thank you for having us.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
I said, God, you gotta move this mountain. I just don't see it any other way. I'm too weak to make the climb. I need a miracle this time. That's when I heard the voice from heaven say, don't tell me about that mountain, tell that mountain about me. Face your fear, shout my name. just don't see it any other way. I'm too weak to make the climb. I need a miracle this time. That's when
So we are just about to go in. By the way, I wanted to thank our great sponsors, Twin City Used Car Sales, for making this happen as well, and Cattle Stampede Steakhouse. You guys are awesome. So we're going to go in, and let's go in and do a quick video. Again, we are at Shepherd's Cove Thrift Shop, located on Highway 431 in Albertville. And again, I'm anxious to make some more wind chimes and do some stuff with some jewelry. So let's just kind of see what we can come up with. Oh, and I think they're going to give away some watermelon too, by the way. So come on in. All right, we're going to check out. Hey girls, how are y'all doing today?
Some watermelon.
Have a slice of watermelon? I'll get messy taking this video, so I'll on the way out I'll get one. Okay. So why are you giving away watermelon?
For customer appreciation. Every Friday. Throughout
Absolutely.
the summer.
So this is awesome. Well, thank you again, girls.
You're welcome.
Okay. Looks good. Okay. Furniture, and I'm always talking, oh, and they have, okay, this is a good price on this. And I saw this last week and they have went down on it, I do believe, on the price of this. And this is something I told you guys about before. Look at this beautiful handles right here. Pretty. It looks really retro. And it is retro, but it looks something kind of like the look of the I'm going to say probably 1930s, maybe 1940s. And so that's a real pretty piece. Okay, and so let's go ahead and walk around a little bit. So it'll be fine. More furniture. Phil knows me. He's going to go ahead and get a cart. Flowers. Now the prices vary. You can get singles for 25 cents, up to $1. Now the bunches are $1 to $3. And what's that? Okay, so here's a good cart right here. Oh, there's a big file cabinet. Oh, and it's $30. I promise you, you're going to pay a lot more than $30 for that. I wonder if you could use something like this. It's only 30 bucks. Could you use that in your workshop? Because it's a lot of room in there for only $30. And I saw another one down here too. And that's only $20. If I had room in my studio, I'd be grabbing that. That is a super deal right there. Okay, lots of clothes to choose from. And and just beautiful things just to have with, you know, for display in your house, on the walls, and that kind of thing. I'll tell you something else I'm going to look for. Now, you guys know that I'm going to begin a kids show. And this kids show is going to be on Saturdays. And so I'm kind of looking for a costume-like thing to wear. I'm thinking...
You know somebody would wear this. Is this not the most beautiful skirt?
That is beautiful. $15.
It's a size 0, but is that not...
You know
the
what? My
prettiest
daughter-in-law's a size 0.
I don't know, just for pictures of nothing else.
It's just pretty.
You can put it with any kind of little...
Or you could even do something with it. Like,
it's just
I mean,
absolutely gorgeous.
think of the possibilities for $15.
And look, it's got that nice thick pictures. I don't know. I swear, don't know that it's wearing it. That's fine.
It's gorgeous.
I'm dying if I need to wear it.
Well, thank you for shopping at Shepherd's Cove.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. I love it. I know you work here?
Actually, I host a talk show, Afternoon Drive Home. So this is one of my getaways, and this is like one of the fun ones. I get to shop while I'm on.
Yes. Well, somebody needs to buy that up and use it.
Yes, they do.
That is absolutely.
It's pretty. Yeah, I mean, lots of pretty dresses. Look at this one. I like the color on that one.
I like this.
Look at that.
Train.
You know, and if you wanted to repurpose things,
Yeah, so you didn't have to. You wouldn't have to.
I mean, you
just
couldn't
use
buy.
this.
So think about this repurposing, and you couldn't buy the material for that.
I wonder how.
There is no
that
way.
goes on my niece is getting married next year. Second marriage.
Mm-hmm.
She could wear that 0. I'd get it for her.
Yeah, that's a beautiful dress. Look at that long train.
Oh, you could take that. I could get one.
Yeah, if you didn't want that.
That is cute.
But think about repurposing, what you could do with that. And again, just the material.
This size 10.
But the only thing that I really know, when you buy something like this, it could have been altered.
True.
So it could be a smaller or a larger
$10
size.
before taking price checks on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got me thinking about this.
Somebody wear that. Take pictures in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have to for a photo shoot, you can wear it to the prom.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you are watching, this is a taped version.
Oh, I didn't know you were on tape.
No, that's okay. It's a tape version, and so this will be live on my station. And let me go ahead and give you one of my cards. I give away stuff all the time. Here you go. Take
It's a
that.
beautiful mother for the bride.
I know, isn't that gorgeous? Great deals. Now make sure you register with me on my website because I give away all kinds of gift cards to restaurants and stuff like that. Yeah, actually my studio is in Geraldine, Alabama. Check it out.
I think it
Oh, do you? All right, now, what I'm going to be looking for, I'm thinking about either dressing up like a clown or maybe Raggedy Ann or something like that. And sometimes you can find costumes out here. Look at this. Looks like a Tiffany lamp. Oh man, that is gorgeous. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It'd be amazing. It's just amazing what you can get. Do a solution of maybe vinegar. Make sure it's white vinegar. And some water. And just spray it on there. And just leave it alone. And then wash it out. You'd be amazed at how beautiful that would look. Has a price on it of $8. And it is worth much more than $8. Yes. Oh, Bill's found something. I can't wait to look at that. Oh, look at this. Be pretty to put a candle in it. Kinds of electronics. I hear somebody call Loretta's name out. Loretta, awesome girl. I've got to see what you've got right there. Oh my goodness. Y'all know how I am about this kind of stuff. $2? This is only $2. Alright, you see something you want, you better grab it. That is gorgeous. Alright, my weakness, shoes. Let's go ahead and check them out. And those are some really nice leather shoes. They're hush puppies. Red leather. Pretty. First thing I see is always leopard skin. Oh, those are some nice shoes right there. Only $4 for those. They look like they're a pretty big size. Do I have some kind of a weakness or what? When it comes to shoes. My husband actually loves this weakness though because I get such a good deal. And I just hardly ever pay full price for anything. I mean, hardly ever. Those flip flops. Those are really cute. Those are pretty right there. And they're only $4. Just not my size. Otherwise, I'd be grabbing them up. Okay, now I'm going to look right over. I am really proud you found that, Phil. Man, if it's a wind chime, I'm all over it. Electrical stuff. Hey, what would that do? Now it's plastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking wind chimes again. Oh, now this is a good deal right here. It's 50 cents, and I use these all the time. Little foam brushes. And, okay, 50 cents a piece, those little foam brushes. Bed risers. Okay, good deal there. Oh, you use these in gardening? I'm going to plug this in and make sure that it works, but this is only $4. And what you'll do is during the winter months, when you're doing your gardening and you're planting your seeds, what you'll do is turn this on, and then you'll put the plants down under it. You're planting seeds, and put these either in a greenhouse, or you can just do it in your own house. You don't have to have a greenhouse for this. And these lights will come on, and this is kind of like one of those little portable lights. So I'm going to test it out, just to make sure it works. And here I am always looking at these. And I've got one a lot like that. Phil, this right here is what you use in gardening when you're planting your seeds. And I'm going to plug it in to make sure it works. And this is another neat thing too, is they have plenty of areas where you can go into and plug stuff in just to make sure it does work. Okay. Make sure you look. Now, you don't need to come down here unless you've got some time, and you can go on ahead and start digging in. You gotta dig. What's this? Robotics kit. Wouldn't a kid love that? I'd love it, and I'm not a kid. Again, my name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home. We appreciate you listening to us every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. Central, as I get to ride home with you. In the afternoon, I am at Shepherd's Cove Thrift Shop. I'm rummaging around because I want to do some more videos repurposing things. You just never know when you open a box, you never know what you're going to see inside. So come and you can dig. Okay, and lots of clothes. It does. That's only $4. You know how much those things are. Okay, now lots of cute stuff. Lots of toys. Dining trays. So these are non-slip dining trays, have never been used. How nice is that? Pretty cool. Okay, we gotta stop at the belts because you never know what you're going to find here. So, I am your host, Donna Feazell, and we host Afternoon Drive Home. You can find us on IC Radio in the town of Geraldine, Alabama. You can find us worldwide. Go to the website and download the app. And our app would be, if you go to the Apple Store, it's IC Radio Media. And if you go to the Android, it's going to be IC Radio Media as well. So go ahead and check all that out, okay? And you can also find us on Abundant TV. On Abundant TV, we're worldwide there on television. Abundant TV, you can find us there going through Amazon Fire. So many different ways. You can Roku, you can find us that way. And here we go, let's start looking at kitchen stuff. That's just another thing that I love checking out. But this is not kitchen, but okay, this is compression device. I don't know what that is. Oh, I see, right there. It looks like it's hardly ever been used. If that's something you could use, come down here and grab it. There's a soda stream right there. These are awesome because Phil and I have something kind of like that, and you'll always have fresh cola. And what you do is you buy the little, it's like a little cartridge, and you put it in there, and you get, and it's really cheaper than buying 2 liters and what have you. It always winds up paying for itself. And I'll tell you, Phil and I are always, here's one, another one of these. It's $1, and it's just like one we've got. That's too high? It looks like the one we have. Okay. And there's a Mr. Coffee one right there. And it's $1. And that's what we have is Mr. Coffee. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take a look. I'm still looking for unusual things. It is, but to make wind chimes from. Oh, this is neat for frying. It's got a nice handle to it as well. Oh, okay, those it's for napkin holders. Okay, oh, that's pretty. Pretty server. I'm going to walk everybody around to where the jewelry is, and I'm going to find a piece of jewelry, and I'm going to repurpose that. And so I'm going to show you something. We're just going to go on a walk, and again, let's check out the jewelry and the craft area as well. Oh, the Christmas shop is open. I'm going to take you down there too. So this is pretty fun. Just kind of rummaging through the jewelry. You don't know what you're going to find. And if you see something that you like, let's say you find something that's a particular color and it looks like it's a very well-made, that's cute right there. And it's leather, you can see that's real leather, and it's only $2. That's beautiful. So I'm looking for something that may be out of date. You know, it's out of style, nobody wears it anymore, but these are items that you can find and repurpose and turn it into something that's unique, something you'll never buy at a department store. Ah, that's pretty. You know, you could make a pair of earrings out of that. Be beautiful. Or you could make a bracelet with it and put it on leather. Wouldn't that be pretty on a leather bracelet? That's gorgeous. This It's a little out of style right now. But think about the possibilities. Oh, it's a double necklace. Okay. And I believe those are jade beads. I think so. All right, so I'm looking at that. Oh, look at the owl. There's some real cool stuff in that too. Yeah, I'm just giving you some ideas. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab that. That's gonna be something. It's a couple of dollars. And this is something we can repurpose. Oh, that's cute right there. To use as a display. I'm gonna grab that. It's only $3. Hey, Loretta, I'm not showing you. How are you doing today? Good. Loretta says she's gonna cram me if I do that one more time. Okay, let's walk over. Well, there's some scales. I found some scales here for a couple of bucks one time, and such a good deal. I love the old retro pictures. And it's only $3. All right, let's take a look in the craft section. See if we can come up with something. I'll just put this right here, because I'm holding on to that. And what have we got here? Oh, look at this. It's only $3. That's nice. Look, this yarn. Okay, so all of this is $3. All of that. It's going to be much more than $3 if you buy it retail. Don't you just love digging? You just think what you're going to find. People walk into my studio and they say my craft studio was in with the, oh, that's pretty. It's all together. So the production studio and my craft studio is all in one room, and they walk in and they're just kind of overwhelmed with all the things I have there. And I remember a couple of folks saying, well, you put a lot of money into this. And I went, well, actually, no. I haven't put a whole lot of money at all in it. Because I buy the things at Shepherd's Cove. You know, find all these things marked down. I like to make dolls. And lots of material. If you're just looking for a scrap piece. Nice shoes. I told you about those ostrich boots. If they had been my size, I would have really grabbed those because they were gorgeous. I think they were like $50 or something. Those boots would sell several $100s. If they'd been my size, I would have grabbed them. Oh, a nice little cafe. Isn't it cute? Patterns. Okay, now we've got to go to the Christmas shop. Let's see what we can find at the Christmas shop. And you see that you can find these. They already have the matte framed, and you're saving quite a bit. This is DVD player. Play-Doh. Dolphin tuna. You're going to do some deep sea fishing. Be a good deal. Want to exercise? There you go. That. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the Christmas stuff. Girl, you know where I'm going.
Now they had this one in there.
Look at that. Okay, I'm ready for Christmas now. Oh, that's a pretty wreath. Yeah, you need to come. The Christmas shop is already open. It's a beautiful wreath right there for only $5. Christmas clothes, ribbons, Christmas trees. Oh, that's beautiful right there. Oh, that's going to be a nice display right there. I really love the way they put the displays out. That takes some talent. Christmas mugs. You can make earrings and all kinds of stuff out of the tins. Those are pretty plates. Christmas cards. I'll still give out Christmas cards, you know, because everybody does the thing on Facebook. But I love doing my own Christmas cards, and it's just something different. I need to step back into that tradition again. And servers, those are nice. Put your place and have just a really nice dining table. See what they do? This is beautiful. That tree. They don't even have everything out yet. Pretty decorations. And I know people who do this all the time. They'll put this a display right here, but it gives you ideas on Christmas trees. This is just beautiful for the 4th of July and for patriotic. Oh, look at the little birds. And there's good old Santa Claus. I think he's taking vacation from all. He's getting ready. Good old Santa Claus. So he's getting ready for Christmas coming up in just a few months. It'll be here before you know it. Nutcrackers. Got to have at least one nutcracker. That's good old Santa Claus. Some angels for hanging up your stockings. All those great things. That's beautiful right there. Christmas decorations. I'll tell you what, I can hardly wait. You can use Christmas decorations also in your house just for decorations after you live. I'm in a real pretty bowl. You see what I see? I like that sign.